So Thamius was like, you know, he's coming up behind you and like touching on your shit, you know, like when you're not looking. Like if any time that like you turn away from him, he'll come up and like touch you.
I mean, that's not even cap.
And when I was AFK, he was like touching on my ass.
You're 23 years old. You should not be having VR chat drama.
Okay, that's nice. I didn't recall asking for your opinion on that. I mean, like, but like, he's not like harassing or creeping like on anyone else. Like, it's literally just me.
I'm gonna say you're
like, it kind of feels like he's stalking me a little bit. Cause like, first of all, how did he get my information? You know, how did he know that it was me? There's no way that he could have known. I don't have my Discord, like my VR chat shit in my. Have my cafe, but like unless someone is like scrolling through, because like we do share a server, but it was a VTuber server, and there's literally thousands of other people in there. Like it genuinely confuses me. And like he's been like relentless about trying to like add me like and all this shit.
Overwatch in a minute.
Where the fuck you think you're going?
My head hurt.
Where do you think you're going? Consumer. Chicken.
So when I met him, it was at a B33, or not B33, it was at a at a Just Be Club. And I was, you know, fucking around being dommy mommy. I wasn't like looking for anything to do with anyone. I was just, you know, teasing people, being dommy. Like that was it. No, listen, because I tried to solve the fucking problem, right? So I met him, teased him a little bit. That was the end of story. He friended me, and I was like,
just heard him talk.
Sure, you know, I don't mind.
This is what happened.
I'm not looking. Anytime I turn away from him, anytime, you know, he comes up behind me, or I'll go AFK, he'll like touch me. Like, touch me. If I turn away from him, he'll come up and touch me. If I, you know, look somewhere else, he'll come up beside me and touch me when I'm not looking. If I sit AFK, fucking went to AFK, Thamius comes over and he's, you know, and he's like, Ozzy, you know, do you know Shiro? I was like, I mean, like, we just met like an hour ago, and he's like, you know, he's been coming up and like touching on you and shit. And I'm like, he's not been doing that. He's like, yeah, when you're not looking. Like, I've been watching him for the last like 30 minutes. Anytime you're not looking, he'll come up and touch you. And it's only when you're not looking. And I'm like,
this happened today?
No, this happened like a while ago. But let me tell you why it's relevant today. Let me tell you why it's relevant today. So I blocked him. I unfriended him. I didn't have him on Discord. I didn't have him on anything. This was before I had my bio in my Discord. You know, so it wasn't, you know, anything super serious. And then I started getting friend requests from him. And so I ignore them. I decline all of them. And then one day I got a friend request on Discord from him. And I'm like, how the fuck did he get my Discord? So I'm looking at mutual servers, checking out mutual friends. We don't have any mutual friends. And the only mutual server that we were in together was a VTuber server with literally like 5,000 people in there. And you know my Discord name is not my VR chat name. I don't have my VR chat name in my Discord. Anywhere on my Discord.
Guess what I did today, guy?
So
Could you guess and believe?
But that's the fucking thing, is he doesn't know any of my friends. Thamius removed him, and anyone else that he hung out with didn't add him because I asked. Because we weren't around a lot of people. You know, he wasn't around a lot of my homies. It was like literally me, my son, Thamius, and Lucifer. And that is it. Like, that's it. And Lucifer, you know, Lucifer doesn't give my shit out because he don't like people simping on me. And I don't. And then I was like, okay, well, fuck this. And then I got a notification in my cafe. And he got in my cafe. Because of the shit on my fucking Discord bio. People like.
Oh, wow.
People
Someone has a
thinking
different
like that.
opinion than me? Oh, they must be hateful. Oh, no. I can't allow people to have different opinions.
Not gonna deal with it. Yeah, so he got in my cafe.
She's a red flag. Just saying.
Wow.
And
Okay.
what?
Oh, that other person.
Oh, is he throwing a fit because I blocked him?
Yeah, he was just like, oh, someone with a different opinion than mine. She's a red flag, by the way, and took off.
That's why you gonna stay blocked. That's why you gonna stay blocked. Anyway, he got in my server, and I didn't want to make it a big fuss. I didn't want to, like, you know, feel like I was causing a scene or anything. So I kind of just, like, let him stay in there, like, fingers crossed, hoping that he wouldn't come to any of my events. Because I got plenty of people in there that don't come to the events. That's fine, I don't really care. But he did come to the event, and he was glued to me literally the entire time. Let me tell you something, dude. This guy creeps me the fuck out. He would not leave me alone. I kept running from him. After the event, he kept joining on me, going to different places. Today, he kept joining on me, going to different places. Was stuck to my fucking side like glue. I would, like, run off. He would come up to me and try to talk to me. I would book it and just leave. And, like, yeah, like, he's fucking creepy. And so I banned him from my server. Blocked him on Discord. Blocked him on VR chat. Unfriended him. And I was like, it's not that big a deal because he's not in the boombox. And I was like, I'm gonna second guess myself and check mutual servers. Motherfuckers in the boombox. Fuck.
Alright, you saw the boomer?
I'm not telling Boomer. I'm not telling Boomer.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?
I'm not telling Boomer. I'm not telling Boomer.
Why not?
Boomer's got enough shit on his plate. You don't need more shit on there.
Alright, that's your ass.
But he's
That is
blocked,
literally your
so
ass.
as long as I keep his ass blocked, he ain't gonna see me at the events. I ain't gonna see him at the events. He ain't gonna join on me. I ain't gonna join on him. Obviously, I ain't gonna join on him. There's not gonna be any communication. So, I don't really think it's anything I need to talk to Boomer about, because it's not like he's doing it to other people.
For now.
Yeah, it's literally just like yesterday, I ended up having to, like, remove somebody from VR chat, block him on Discord and stuff, because, like, he was pretty chill and stuff, but he literally, like, he was using a voice changer to try to act like he's, like, Corb's husband and stuff like that.
Yeah, nice one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Deep voice, attractiveness,
Yeah.
yes. And I'm just like, 99% of the people, like pretty much 100% of the people who do that, like,
Yeah, I like it.
it's not really a flattering thing, to impersonate somebody like that. But
Yeah.
I disregarded that, and I was just like, like he's being himself and stuff. But he literally made an alternate account in VR chat to follow me around because I wasn't constantly hanging out with him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and he was still using the same voice changer and sitting there and, like, same accent. Like, he had the headset and the hands and stuff, so, like, he had, like, half body, I guess, and, like, same, like, body language and stuff like that, and I was like, dude, like, I know it's you. And
Was
then
he
I, like,
clever with the
invited his, like, main profile to the world, and I was like, yeah, why don't you just, like, stay here, I got somebody I'd like you to meet. You were hanging out with other people instead of hanging out with me, and I was just like, dude, dude, like, I looked back in our chat on Discord and stuff, and I was like, there's not a single time where I've ignored him. If I did, it was because I was in the bathroom, and I would message him when I got out. And yeah, so like I just completely got rid of him. I was just like, no, that it's kind of fucked up. Like, he seemed like a pretty chill guy, you know, pretty cool, you know, to himself most of the time, but you know, crack a joke and different shit like that. Like, so he seemed pretty fine, but like,
Right.
then he's literally
I'm
just
not
like,
right, yeah.
yeah, he's like when he approached me and the group of people I was talking to, he was sitting there and he was like trying to come up with excuses of why he was talking and trying to hang out with me all the time on alternate accounts, and he was just like,
this fucking bitch.
done so much for me, you know, you're nice to me, you know, you haven't like
Oh, it
tried
was
to
him.
talk
Okay.
shit to me or anything, you haven't went out of your way to ignore me until you started ignoring me, and I'm just like, whoa, like, I was never ignoring you. And besides, like, if I'm sitting here, like if I'm sitting here hanging out with you guys, and somebody who I'm friends with would come up, you know, I would try to introduce them and just be like, this is this person, this is this person.
Dude,
you know, now you guys know each other.
That's the
I would be
fucking
nice
thing.
about it.
That's the fucking thing. Anytime I have someone coming around, because I fucking dealt with this dude like some time ago that was like, if I didn't give him 100% of my attention, I wasn't giving him any of my attention. That's how he saw it.
Yeah,
Anytime
I
some of my
didn't know
homies
he
would
was
join
like
off
that
me,
until the other day.
dude, like, it's fucking wild. It's like, okay, I do not owe you my fucking time, first of all. Like, I'm sorry, but if I spend time with you, that's because you are worth my time.
Yeah, and
You know, I'm gonna be honest.
Like,
You
I don't know
know,
exactly who he is, like, in person, but I'm assuming that he's probably somebody who I've, like, made music for or something. So, like, he was sitting there and he was like, yeah, you know, you paid my bills, you know, you did this for me, you did that for me, and I'm just like, okay, like, but, like, then I did that for you, and, like, then, like,
yeah, that's like
what
cool
more do you
beans.
want? Like, if I sat there and I made music for you, and or you know, if I did anything for you and it helped you, and you know, like, if I sat there and paid your bills for you or whatever, then why do you gotta sit there and try to like linger in the distance and stalk me? Like,
Exactly. Like, what happened, you know, what was done
like,
was
what
done.
more could you want?
Like, do your own shit. Like, for me, it's like, and I genuinely despise it. I cannot stand it. Okay, if I'm hanging out with people,
What
and
happened exactly?
someone isn't getting 100% of my attention, or they're not getting all of the attention that they want, and then like they sit there and like they sit there and they just like are upset about it. Like, you can be in your feels and be like, you know, I'm upset that I'm not getting this attention, but like, don't make it a problem.
Yeah.
Don't make it a problem. If we're all hanging out and you go and remove yourself and sit in a fucking corner away from everybody else and sulk and not do anything about it, that problem is your problem. I'm making you feel isolated. I'm not making you feel lonely. You are doing that to yourself because you are isolating yourself and you are putting yourself in that situation.
Just said, like, that's just instantly like stalker type shit. Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
But just so you know, I don't know how long you guys have been here, but like, he literally, once he came into the world that I was in, talking with other people, he left the world in the profile he was using, came in with his main account, and then literally, like, I was like, dude, like, I know that was you, and he was just like, yeah, I was stalking you, like, just came straight out and admitted it, and I was like,
because he got his ass
okay,
caught.
like, why? And his excuse for it was because I was ignoring him, even though I backtracked right then and there. I went to our Discord chat, which is the only way I've communicated with him other than VR chat, and like, I backtracked every bit of it, and I was like, there's not a single point in time where I've ignored him. There was only one point in time where I was talking with other people in Discord, so I mean, like, I'm not the world's fastest typer, so literally, it's like if I'm sitting there having a full-blown conversation with somebody, it's gonna take me a minute to get to 3 other people who's trying to talk to me. And
Exactly.
I feel bad about that sometimes, but like it takes a minute sometimes. You can't just instantly get a response.
Exactly. Exactly. Shugo is
Do you know
banned.
how long it's been going for?
Huh?
Well,
Shugo is banned.
I knew him for probably.
I was about to talk to you about that.
Probably
Why?
about
What
a
happened?
month.
Did he talk to you on Discord?
Then he was.
No, come here.
Like,
I learned
it
something
seemed
very
like it
interesting,
started
if that
getting
is
to the
okay.
point Where anytime I was on, like, that's the only reason why, like, I stay on orange now is because, like, I would always stay on green because I'm just like, hey, anybody who I friend on VR chat, you know, in my opinion, they're pretty chill. You know, they'd like to hang out, talk, joke around, whatever. So they seem pretty fun in my eyes. So I wouldn't care if they would like to join when I get on and stuff.
And I tested it
turned
too.
into if I would join to hang out with them or like Snooze or anybody else, he had to be there.
You made me
and I was
think
like,
it was some shit
okay,
with
like
Shugo.
maybe he knows them too. And then it turned out no, like they weren't mutual friends. Like he was just joining on me every single time. And then like I kind of look at that as like I don't necessarily jump to conclusions about that being stalker stuff because you know anybody in here could just be a lonely person who may only have a handful of people they like talking to, and I might be one of those people that they like talking to. And so I look at it as like they might just feel comfortable hanging out with me and not the other people. So I'm like that's fine. I'm gonna try to respect everybody and show everybody the attention that I can. But then it started turning into if I was hanging out with other people and I would tell him that, he would just go, "Oh,
it's creepy."
Okay.
I don't like it one bit.
Peter, I'm sorry for joining you, but you were on green, and I had to get away from the situation.
I'm glad I could be of use to you. That makes me very happy.
And like then it got to the point to where like if I wasn't hopping on VR chat, he was trying to get me to, and I'm like, dude, like, it wasn't too long ago I switched from playing Xbox to playing on PC. So I was like, I'm trying to get used to like the difference, in muscle memory for my hands, playing Apex, one of my friends ended up getting me Green Hell, so I've been playing that, I've been playing different games and stuff, and, I kind of like the transition to PC, but it's different, so I'm just trying to, like, get better at playing PC, and he'll just be like, oh, okay, so you're not getting on, and I'm just like, I might hear in like an hour or something.
Right.
Like right now I'm occupied, because like right when they released like an update for Green Hell, they made it so that way you could tame like the wild boar and like the animals in Green Hell and stuff, and I was like, that's really cool, I'm gonna try to do that. And I was playing with one of the other people, like the person who bought me the game, and she's wanting me to get her, she's wanting me to help her out with like taming some of the animals and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that seems really fun. Seems like a goal in the game.
I really don't fucking like you. Went from I just really want to know how it. Give it back. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, he's fucking creepy. Dude, okay, so I was hanging out with Will a little bit because I want to spend some time with him because we don't really have like a lot of time together.
But it doesn't have to be all.
What are you looking at?
And
I'm playing a game right now. Is it cool if we like voice chat so that way like I can talk to you and still play the game?
I'm a friend of.
And he'll just be like, well, no, I'm not really gonna be on. And I'm just like, well, then why were you trying to get me to join all day? Like,
Yeah, like what the fuck, dude?
but yeah, then it was literally like 2 days ago, he sat there and like that's when he ended up like because there was a few times where I would catch like somebody being like not even in the distance, but probably from me to like that couch or like the chairs over there, and I could hear his voice. And like once I talk to somebody a few times, I can start to tell whose voice it is. I might not put a name or a face with that voice, but I know the voice. Even if you're using a voice changer, if you originally started talking to me with a voice changer, I can tell that that's your voice if you're using that same audio. Like, and that was the thing. He was using a voice changer when he initially started talking with me, and when he was talking with me. So I'm just like, dude, like you have the voice changer at your disposal. Like, just turn it off and then talk to me, and I won't know it's you. Like, like you could strike up an entire conversation. Like I would have no fucking clue who you are. Yeah, well, like when it came to him, like he was one of the people who would use like a voice changer to try to sound backwards, and I'm just like, okay, you don't have to do that. Like, you just
That's fucking cringe.
Like, I understand if you're doing that to like joke around or like for a video or like whatever, but if it's like a daily occurrence,
I don't get it.
Oh no, we're just on a topic about like weird people and stalkers. No, you can come over here. No, hey, get the fuck over here. You can join in. It's perfectly fine. It's all about just talking about creepy people.
yeah, talking about like people who are just like acting really weird towards us and stalkerish. So like with him though, like it seemed like, you know, because I completely understand it if he was using a voice changer just so people wouldn't hear his voice, because I know some people are insecure about that stuff.
Yeah,
you know, so
that's fair.
I looked at it as like I just ignore it when people are using voice changers and stuff. I just try to ignore it, and but you know, it does kind of like instantly show like a bad sign in my mind of either one, they're a bit insecure, so like that's not necessarily a bad sign for me to see them in a bad light, but it kind of feel sorry for them, because I'm just like, nobody should ever have to feel bad about how they sound when they talk.
Absolutely.
And, but then, like, you know, there's also in the sense of, like, impersonating. Now, impersonating can be flattering, or it can be bad. Like, it can be a good thing, it can be a funny thing, or just outright not right. Like when it comes to people who would do it every so often just to goof off or whatever, perfectly fine. You do it because you're afraid of people knowing your voice or hearing what you really sound like, perfectly fine.
Yes.
You do it to intentionally sound like somebody else, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Then I noticed that, like, yeah, it was him constantly using that voice changer. So I was like, okay, like, and I could tell it was a voice changer because, like, one of the ways to be able to tell is like, if you think about the way that it sounds like when a person coughs or sneezes, you know.
It's about like frequency and pitch and
pure sounds. There's a lot of times, like if you sneeze, like if I'd go or something like that, you could tell that that was a sneeze. But if you're using a voice changer, it's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna really distort it. And then, like, I literally heard him, like, sneeze a few times and cough a few times, so I'm just like, okay, like, as a voice changer, definitely not his voice, but still ignored it. But then, like, you know, like, none of that was really bothering me, because I was just like, okay, you know, maybe he just looks up to the identity, the online personality of Corpse, which I'm like, it's not really a good choice, because all of it's fake. Like, it's literally just an online personality. Like, and I've tried to explain that to people. It's, I mean, not everything that was said is fake, but the majority of it is. And like, I could go into a lot of detail about a lot of like different things about stuff like that, where like bands and like artists and like not designers, but like voice actors and stuff like that. That is just entirely fake. Well, not I can't say all, but a lot is. But when it comes to like stuff like that, where like he was, you know, starting to show a bit more signs of being clingy.
The list that you don't like, give it back, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Okay, like,
What the fuck?
there's no way that you can prove that it's not me. Like, you can't just instantly jump to denial about stuff like that. Like, do a little bit of investigating. You know, like actually try to find out if they're lying or not, which, like, I feel like it's really hard to find people that actually, like, tell the truth about stuff like that a lot. Because, like, I've already, like, I've only been on VR chat for, what is it, 168.9 hours, and I've already ran into probably about 10 people who tried to say they were corpse. I've ran into probably about 30 people who try to act like him, and, like, it's absurd, like, because, like, I've also ran into a few people who were trying to like be DJs for like different Discord groups and stuff, and one of the Discord groups I'm involved with, and they were literally sitting there like trying to act like they're, you know, some popular DJ and different shit like that, and I'm just like, no, like, you're not. Like, it's definitely not you. And they're just like, okay, then, like, how could you tell? And I'm like, well, you know, that like, I would literally do a little bit of research. I wouldn't, like, try to, like, bust my own balls about trying to figure out if they're telling the truth or not, because I like to take people's word for things. But when it starts to seem suspicious... Sorry, my cigarette's going out.
No, you're good.
When it starts to seem suspicious, that's when I start doing investigating. And, like, they were sitting there, like, yeah, like the one, for instance, who was involved with the Discord group that I'm involved with. The owner of the Discord server is a friend of mine, and, like, she's sitting there showing me the pictures and stuff of, like, their conversations, and he was admitting that, like, he has no idea how to use any of the DJ equipment that the DJ he claimed to be uses on a daily basis. Like, literally, like, he's like, yeah, I'm not sure how to use this stuff, but I'm working on it, you know, I'm making progress. And then, like, I'm there looking at it like, okay, the only thing I encountered are did fakers?
DID.
Well, what's DID?
Shit. It was like dissociate impersonation disorder. I think that's what it was. No. Okay. Yeah, he can tell you.
But yeah, like, he was literally saying that, like, he's them and different stuff. Oh, identity disorder. Yeah.